Okay, we're now ready for Slurs and Ties. This is page 21 in our written assignments book. Definition you should know, slur, and I hope at this point you probably know it. A slur is a curved line connecting two or more notes of different pitches. You need to know that. Okay? Slurred passages should be played as smoothly as possible. Now, if you play a wind instrument, then that means you would tongue here and slur here. So I write it like this. Sometimes we use the lowercase t, tongue, slur, tongue. This would be the next note to tongue. This would be tongue, slur. You have to tongue here because this didn't go to here. Tongue, slur, tongue, slur, tongue. There you go. If you play a keyboard instrument, a percussion instrument, you're going to have to push the keys, or a guitar or a bass. There's no real way to do a proper slur on those instruments. If you play trombone, we use a lighter tongue. Instead of ta or toe, we might use da, something that's got to be light. Or lu, I've heard some use lu. A tie is a curved line which connects two notes of the same pitch. And of course, I hope you learned this probably in Unit 2. We do a lot of slurs in Unit 4 in the performance book. So, we would tongue here, tongue here, tongue here, not tongue here, it's the same note. So that's actually a duration. That would sound do, 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 do. That's it. So tongue, tongue, tongue. This would go all the way to beat 1 in the next measure because we're in 3/4 time. Tongue, tongue, tongue. This could have been written as that's right, you guessed it, a half note. Why did they write it this way? Just so that you understand what it looks like. That is not a slur. That is a tie because it is the same note name. It's on the exact same space. There's no accidental here, etc. You should be able to do it the same. Tied notes are played as one note. The rhythmic value is the sum of the two notes. For example, we know that 1 plus 1, that's a tie. This would be 2 plus 1 equals 3. This would be 1 plus half equals 1 1/2. And I want you to write the math under it and put the t's up there just like I did. You're going to use this information up here on the top to answer the questions below. Number 1, circle the ties in the example. Well, we have to, again, review what a tie is. A tie is a curved line which connects two notes of the same pitch. Let's see, is this the same note? Yes, it is. Circle that one. Is this the same note? A, G. No. Is this the same note? E, E. Yes, it is. Is this the same note? E to E. Yes, it is. Notice it's being used mostly across bar lines. And that's a big reason we have ties. They can, of course, happen within measures, but they mostly tend to happen across bar lines. This would be a slur. This would be a tie. A to A. All you have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of looks like a smiley face when you circle them with 2 eyeballs. Okay, next one. Number 2. Project next to number 1. Circle the slurs in the example. Now, a slur is going to connect two notes of different pitch, 2 or more notes of different pitch. So, we have bass clef, C, C, that's the same, but it's not ending here, D. So this is actually a slur. Now, here's a fact, and if you do Unit 4, I believe, you're going to learn that a note under a slur that is repeated, if it's the same note name, like this is C, C, and this is D, well, what are you supposed to do with that? That's not tied. You would simply tongue this again lightly. So this would actually sound tongue, light tongue, slur. This next one is a tie because it's the same note name, E to E. F to F, tie. G to G, tie. F to E, slur. D, C, C. This, and we got a couple here. Is this a tie or a slur? This one happens to be a tie because it's C to C. So the only one I want to circle is the top one here. So you should have 3 circled here. This one, this one, and this one. And that's the difference between ties and slurs. Number 3, I'm going to recommend, and I wrote over here, you might want to do the same, that you do rhythm practice 1 through 4 first. You also need to do rhythm equations 1 through 6. Now, rhythm practice 1 through 4, of course, usually happens, we do those in intermediate band. We also do them in advanced band. Advanced band should be done with Unit 4 by January. Intermediate band by the end of the year. Rhythm equations, this is something everybody can do anytime. Highly recommend you do this. So this would come first, and then you can do the performance part of it. Which is why this is a later page in your written assignments book. Even though you probably at this point already know what a tie and a slur is, you need to be able to do the math. So here's how you're going to do these. Underneath, 2 plus, that's what a tie does, 1. That makes this 3. 2 plus single eighth note, and you'll learn this in the rhythm equations, is half. So that equals 2 1/2. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And of course we can't fit 5 in a time signature or 4/4 time. So this is how we make something 5 beats. That would usually go across a bar line. Next one, 3 plus 1. If we were in 3/4 time, we would probably have a bar line right here. And if we wanted it to get 4 beats, that's our only way to do so. Okay? I'm going to do another more difficult one down here. I'm going to give you one of these down here. Down at the bottom, we have our dotted quarter note rhythm. That would be 1 1/2 plus half, which equals 2. And you can certainly do the rest of them on your own. Put a check next to number 3 and we're done.